Veteran broadcaster Alan Magnus has died. Veteran broadcaster Alan Magnus has died. Magnus' family announced that he died on Saturday morning. In a statement, reporters expressed condolences to his family and close friends. Alan, who was 80 years old in December, worked with RJR for over 40 years. Magnus' family is requesting some privacy at this time to come to terms with his loss. Attorney questions murder charge laid against her client 5 years after incident. A defense attorney is raising questions about why her client was charged more than 5 years after the murder for which she is accused took place. The attorney, Denise Hudson, told the St. Catherine Parish Court on Friday that she found it strange that her client, Lorenzo Harvey, has been arrested on several occasions but is just being charged after 5 years. She requested that station diary in which information regarding the matter against her client was recorded. The matter was transferred to the gun court for February 19. Harvey, 36, is charged with the murder of Jermaine Graham, otherwise called Donna and father of Spanish Town, St. Catherine. He is also charged with illegal possession of firearm and illegal possession of ammunition. It is alleged that about 2 a.m. on December 24, 2018, both men were in the area along Windsor Road in the parish when Harvey pulled a gun from his waistband and shot Graham, who died from the injuries received. Harvey was arrested on investigation and subsequently charged on January 29, 2024. Truck driver charged with vehicular manslaughter to go on trial. A truck driver charged for the deaths of 2 people following a collision in Angel, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, is to go on trial April 8. Senior Parish Court Judge Justice Desiree Elaine on Thursday ruled that 28-year-old Maurice Baker, who is charged with 2 counts of vehicular manslaughter, has a case to answer. The matter is to be heard in the St. Catherine Court. Allegations before the court are that on February 27, 2023, Baker was driving an Isuzu truck along Walker's Road in Angel, St. Catherine, when upon reaching a section of the roadway he noticed smoke inside the vehicle and it knocked down. The vehicle allegedly drifted into the path of ongoing traffic and hit a Toyota Probox motor car, injuring the 5 persons inside. 2 of them died from injuries sustained. Baker was warned for prosecution and subsequently charged. He is being represented by attorney at law Kemar Acorns. Craighead Health Centre closed for 4 months. The Craighead Health Centre in Manchester has been temporarily closed for renovation and expansion. The Manchester Health Department says the closure of the health centre will be for a period of 4 months. It says persons can access services at the Robbins Hall and Christian Health Centres in the parish. They can also use other health centres in Manchester, which are open Mondays to Thursdays from 8:30 to 5 p.m. and on Fridays from 8:30 to 4 p.m. If there are any questions or concerns, residents can call 876-318-0454. The Manchester Health Department apologizes for any inconvenience caused and thank residents for their understanding as critical renovation and expansion works are being done in order to serve clients better, the release stated from the department on Friday. JLP Chairman Robert Montague dismisses claims that road projects taking place island-wide are meant to get votes for the upcoming local government election. Chairman of the Jamaica Labour Party Robert Montague has refuted claims that the recent road projects taking place island-wide are a plot to get voters for the upcoming local government election. The long-awaited election date was officially announced at the Jamaica Labour Party meeting in St. James. Speaking to reporters following the announcement, Mr. Montague dismissed the notion that the projects are to secure votes. He said these projects have been taking place since the JLP took office in 2016. In the meantime, the party chairman, who was in high spirits, said the party expect to claim all seats. The government has allocated funds for several road rehabilitation projects in recent weeks, to include the Orchard bypass in St. Anne.
Projects have been taking place for the last 7 years, and we will continue. We will ramp up our road program based on the Spark program that we are using Jamaican funds to invest in communities, some 44 billion Jamaican dollars. This is the largest investment in our road infrastructure in our history. So road, you don't see road yet. We're going to be fixing our roads. We're going to be consulting with the community persons, and they will set the priorities. We will fund it because the people are reaping now the benefits of the economic stagnation and the benefits of the economic investment and the work and the sacrifice that has gone over time. 228, one mayor. One mayoralty in Portmore, that's what we're going for. Full blast. We're going for every single one. 2020 taught us that there's no constituency that cannot be won. We had to bring in additional chairs because the labor rights wanted to come and to hear from the Prime Minister and to hear the date from the Minister of Local Government. They are enthusiastic, they are energized, they are motivated. The political wind of change and motivation is with us, with the JLP.
Corporal McBean urges colleagues to uphold JCF's code of conduct. Law enforcers are being urged to use their office for the greater good, standing firm on their vow to become agents of change. Speaking at the St. Catherine South Police Headquarters Commanders Parade, prayer breakfast and award ceremony in Portmore on Friday, Corporal Arlene McBean stressed that police officers must respect themselves and the role they play in society. When I look at the theme, Guardians of Change, Embracing Partnership and Innovation Through Policing, I want to touch on a few points. Citizens of Jamaica must respect the police, but I pause to say to my colleagues, you must respect the citizens of Jamaica. They must be the guardians of the change that not only swear to protect and serve, but to let it be evident in your action, she said, as she urged officers to use social media platforms responsibly. Corporal McBean expressed that when dressed in uniform, officers should display behavior in keeping with that of the Jamaica Constabulary Force Code of Conduct. She warned that should officers deviate from the latter, they will not have the backing of the JCF. When you go out and you do all sorts of things decked in the government uniform, and you utilize the government's resources to erode the gains, I can tell you, you won't have the Police Federation standing with you in that regard, she said. So if you're going to be a TikToker, TikTok that we are people, quality, moving with technology, ensuring the safety of every law-abiding citizen, and ensuring that every gunman must go to jail, or we take them in one by one or the other. Although not addressing the issue directly, Corporal McBean's speech seemingly aimed at the JCF's recent decision to embark on disciplinary action against officers involved in a TikTok trend, arguing that their actions depicted in the video reinforce several negative stereotypes associated with our force. Such representation are not consistent with our current transformational thrust towards building a professional organization, the JCF High Command said in a statement on Tuesday. Teen freed of gun charges after police witnesses discredited. 18-year-old footballer Raheem Williams wept openly in gun court on Thursday when Justice Anne-Marie Lawrence Garner returned a not guilty verdict after police witnesses were discredited during cross-examination at his trial. Williams was represented by attorney at law Golden Jenkins, was free of charges of possession of prohibited weapon and unauthorized use of ammunition. The coroner evidence that Williams was held by the police in March last year while running along West Street in downtown Kingston. The police had reported that they saw men committing a robbery in the early morning, and upon their approach, the men ran in different directions. The teen who the police claimed was one of the men who allegedly committed the robbery was accosted while running. A policeman testified that Williams was held while he was trying to hide under a car. The defense counsel was instrumental in getting the DNA report admitted during cross-examination. The report showed that while other DNA results were present on the gun, Williams' DNA was excluded. An intense cross-examination followed after the DNA report was admitted. When questioned by defense counsel as to how the gun got into the waistband of the accused, notwithstanding that his DNA was excluded from the firearm, the policeman replied that Williams had put the gun in his waistband. It was suggested to the witness that if the accused had placed the firearm in his waistband, then his DNA would have been found on the gun. Another policeman had testified that the gun was found in the waistband of the accused. The teen in his defense said the police did not take any gun from him and he was innocent of the charges. In her submission, Golden Jenkins called for the judge to acquit Williams because the police officers had said in their written statements that the gun was taken from his client while he was running, but in court gave a different version. She also argued that the evidence given by the police officers as to what happened on the day of the incident was not credible. She submitted in closing that to ignore the DNA evidence meant the Crown would have had to adduce evidence to show why the DNA evidence should be ignored, but the Crown did not. Golden Jenkins said the teen who plays for his school's Da Costa Cup football team is happy to be cleared of the charges because he is aware that if convicted, he would be facing 15 years in prison. She said he is now in school pursuing Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC exams. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.